Howdy folks, Chuck here, Why Not Wander, living full-time in the RV. We're in Arkansas, about 100 yards or so from my dad's house. Got my old blue truck here, my utility trailer, boat that I got our tow dolly over there. Just kind of a quick overview. What I'm going to cover today, a while back we had a little bit of water problems. Got a one-way valve leaking where I hook up city water to my RV. Once I disconnect city water, I can fill the tank from there where it pressurizes the house if I leave the water hooked up. One-way valve was leaking. I had promised to make a video showing the repair. Today I'm going to get around to it. I think it's going to be a little simpler than what I originally thought, but a couple other things I was going to show. Here's our outside mess. I got my little grill, my gravity chair, lawnmower. I did bring my lawnmower down. Won a lot my dad owns here. There's a couple of the Muttley crew, Cooper and Lily, on the couch there. A couple things I wanted to do today. We're we're not permanent on this lot, but and it is just an empty lot. My dad's got 4 lots here. There's a car, a truck, a motorcycle trailer. The ground's pretty soft here. I had a couple ramps inside the trailer. First time we put the ramps down, it didn't take long to settle and get uneven, but I had these 2 ramps I used for loading stuff in my truck when we lived in Cheyenne. We figured if we put those ramps down for crossbars, then use those plastic leveling bars, works real well. Also, for staying in one place for a while, we've got a couple of these blue tote tanks. We can empty our gray water, our black water into those. I dumped them this morning. Took them down. There's a dump spot about 3 miles from here. We got the ride mower going the other day. Did a lot of mowing around here. Gonna get hold of the fire department. See if we can't get these gathered up into a big pile. It's been raining almost every day. Planning on burning most of this stuff. He did before we got here. There was no power pole. There used to be a home on this lot, a mobile home. They moved it off a few years ago. He bought the vacant lot. Had the electric company come out. We've got 30 amp power right there out our motor home, which is pretty handy. We don't have water or sewer, so I just showed you the tanks we're using to haul our sewage away. So we've got 3 of these blue 6-gallon jugs. I'm hauling usually a couple jugs a day. Put them in the water fill here. I just wanted to show you real quick. I think I covered some of this in a previous video, but I've got 3 of these jugs. You can get them at Walmart. They're not too expensive. I think I got a couple of mine at a garage sale. I've broken a couple of these spouts over the years, but you can get on the internet. I've ordered a couple extras. With one of the extra spouts, I just used it a little bit ago, so it's got to be laying here somewhere. I'm constantly rearranging things. But, right here, I took an extra one of these caps that screws on here. I went to the hardware store. Now this is just a piece of clear, flexible plastic hose they have at the hardware store. But it's just a screw-in part available at the hardware store. Now I used an extra cap. You could use your regular cap. These are made, you turn this around, then you set them on the bench. You've got a water faucet. I don't really need that with the coach, but you can screw it into that cap. For a period of time, I've broken a couple of those spouts. I've ordered replacement caps. I saved one of them. Got this piece that screws right into the same thread. A little bit different than water hose threads. Then I screw that on there. Lift that jug up on my shoulder. Of course, Dad's got water just 100 yards or so away here. I load a couple of these on a 2-wheel cart, carry them down, dump water in. That's what we're doing for water for right now here in the RV. Again, we're living in this thing. Dad's got his house up there. He lives by himself. Just turned 90 years old in March. Really independent and has a house full of stuff. That's my water system. Going to go around the other side. I've briefly mentioned my sewer tank. So we got a little portable cage here. But the Muttley crew, when we're doing stuff, they can come outside, be outside too. We're never too sure. Oh, we got a little squirrel sitting here. We put a little bird feeder out here full of sunflower seeds. Squirrels, cardinals, blue jays. We've got quite an assortment of wildlife around here. I've got, for draining the tanks, roll one of these tanks over under here. I've got just a short piece of hose. It's dedicated for draining to those tanks. It's really simple. Don't want to fill them clear up because I put them in the back of that old blue truck. Take them to dump them. They get heavy in a hurry. I'm going to guess this is about 10-12 gallons here. 18 to 20 on the other one. But this is just like any other RV. Instead of pulling up to a sewer dump, I shove that under there. Hook up the hose, pull the valve. Of course, I still I like to drain the black tank first. Now, we don't let them get clear full. I can take them down there and dump them most any day, and these are a lot easier to get in and out of the truck if they're not clear full. So I'll run this into 3/4, that one to half. A couple trips a week, and we've been doing just fine. Now I can use these tanks. Dump for nothing. They've got a potable water spigot down there. I fill those 3 jugs. As long as we're down there anyway with the truck, it's just as easy. Take those jugs down there, empty these, fill with fresh water, haul it all right back up to right beside the camper. Empty, gray water, black water, full, fresh water, dump them in. I showed you how I do that. Pretty simple operation. Yeah. On the 11th of May, as we were getting ready to leave Cheyenne, we noticed water dripping from my water compartment. Short investigation there showed it was my city water fill right here. This is a one-way valve. It's supposed to let water in and then block off so water doesn't come back out. It wasn't blocking it off too well. Had a little plug here, just a dust cover. Now, to alleviate the problem in the meantime, I got one of these screw-in plugs. Maybe it's not going to screw out real easy here, but try and show you this as I go. I don't know how solid I'm going to be, but this plug just a little tough. There you see some water dripping again because that doesn't hold the one-way valve. I've got a water pump turn on right here. If I turn that water pump on when it's supposed to pressurize inside the coach, it does that. Well, I don't know what I did. That water pump isn't turning on right now, but you can see the water's just continually dripping. So this is what that valve looks like in there. A couple of years ago, it's the same valve for the black tank flush here. You hook up a water hose, run water into the black tank to flush it. Same thing up here on the city water hookup. One-way valve here, city water hook up here, and 3 screws to hold it in. I've already got my 3 screws loose in there. I'll set this down. I'm going to try real hard to let you see what I'm doing. Basically, back behind this valve screws on to a plastic pipe fitting, okay? I can reach around right here and I can get hold of that fitting. See it moving? Hopefully you can see that. If I hold that, and I can turn that whole thing. It's unscrewing back there, okay? There you can see my water coming out really well. But anyway, this one-way valve here, it doesn't seem to be too bad right now, but against pressurized water, it is not sealing. So old valve, new valve. It's a fitting just like on your in-house. Don't know how well you can see in that hole. Let's try it. Just like you would have under your sink in your house. Yeah, I guess my flashlight got left on, so we can't use it. But right in here, see that fitting? That fitting, I'm going to reach behind. And it's just like your toilet, your bathroom, lavatory, your kitchen sink hook up with exactly the same type of fitting. It just screws on there, okay? That screws onto this, and the one-way valve is active. Now you can see I paid $16.95 for this. Seems a little high, but that's quite a bit of brass in there. Then just a dust cover. I like to use the elbow because my fresh water, when I have a hose, comes in from over here. I can run it right up there, no strain on anything. So I'm going to screw this in there. Hopefully you can see most of this at least. I'll edit this and hopefully you can see it. If not, maybe we can back up and do a little bit more later. But right there, that is screwing into that fitting back there. Now I'm going to have to reach around behind, of course, and finish that. But if I put this elbow in here, okay, that will give me a little more leverage. I can turn that whole thing with. So that's still screwing in back there. If my nut's not turning, I'll have to reach around in behind there to see if it is. If it is, I've got a couple pairs of channel lock pliers here. I can reach right back around here. Okay. If I can hold it tight enough, I think that's working. I think that's tight. Now, I still need to get my holes lined up, put my 3 screws back in there. But Ken L., I think it was you that was asking me to please show this process. Now, I had thought I was probably going to have to take this whole panel. There's a row of screws here. There's a screw down here. My water pump's over here. Another screw up there. Then I'd have some other hoses and fittings to take this panel loose so I could do that job. But as it is, I found I could just turn that on right like that. I'm probably going to have to get my channel locks on back there. Hold it tight to make sure that I don't have any leaks when I'm done this time. But that's the only water leak we found, and that should cure it. So, in a nutshell, it's all good. Why not wander? Miss Linda? Here my water pump turned on. A minute ago my water pump turned on. It did turn off again when it got pressurized, and there is not a leak coming from anywhere.
Score!
So, water leak fixed, sewer tanks, black water, gray water emptied, fresh water filled. I'm going to shut this off. I do have another video loading. A few days ago we mentioned we've been a little shy on internet. We do have internet now. It's through a phone line off my dad's place up in his house. We've got a wireless router hooked up to the modem, shooting it out his window down here to the RV. It's fairly reliable most of the time, but it's mighty slow. Had a 7-minute video when we were back in Scotts Bluff. Went to my granddaughter's band concert. The last I looked a few minutes ago, it still had 9 hours and 13 minutes left to download. So that was for a 7-minute video. We're running right at 16 minutes 32 seconds right now. I'll probably edit some of this out. I hope this is all useful information for you. Ken L., that's my water leak repair. A little less dramatic than I think either one of us thought it would be, but there you go. Once in a while I get lucky and things are easy. So this is Chuck.
And Linda.
And Linda chose to remain off camera. She was doing a little gardening early, and she's not quite dressed for videos, she says. So Chuck, Linda, and the Muttley crew. Why not wander? Why not wander with us? If you like our videos, please subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.